Welcome to Ashes Weekly from the Kia Oval, where we've just witnessed one of the all-time great test matches and a fantastic, fitting farewell to the legendary Stuart Broad, where he took the final wicket to win the match and level the series 2-2.
Yeah, it's been an awesome day, so much action, and we have to thank IG for helping us with this Ashes Weekly show. We've absolutely loved having a go in the IG Net Games Arena at every single venue that this men's Ashes series has been on. So a massive thank you to them, and a thank you to everyone who also had a go. So straight into day one of this final test match, Cummins finally wins a toss. He sticks with tails, he wins it, and he elects to field. With the bat, Brook looked really impressive with another 85 to his name. I was like in awe watching him a bit. I still can't get over his age at 24, and he's just playing with such confidence.
Yeah, looks so composed. I think earlier on in the series he perhaps gave his wicket away after playing himself in really well. We all know he's got the skills. We know he can play every shot in the book. It's whether, I guess, he's got the patience and the grit and the determination to play himself in and stand up when it counts. And he's proven that. Proved it at Headingley.
Yep.
He's proved it here at the Oval. Valuable runs, and without that, perhaps England wouldn't have got a decent total. So yeah, well batted, Harry Brook.
And with the ball, the Australian Mitchell Starc looked really, really impressive, bowling absolutely rapidly. Finished the day for 4 for 82, and that actually took him to the top of the wicket takers for the whole series. So yeah, he's been great all series, and he showed it again here on that first day.
Yeah, I mean, phenomenal from Starc. He's been brilliant.
Yeah.
I think he's played 4 games out of the 5, missed the first one, bowling at high speeds, swinging the ball and causing England batters real difficulties. So yeah, hats off, massive respect to Mitchell Starc. It's not easy being a fast bowler, playing 4 consecutive test matches, and he's standing up when it mattered for the Australian team. I think there are even question marks about his inclusion, in the squad to begin with from Australian fans, and he's proved his doubters and his critics wrong, and he's bowled really well all series.
100%, and hats off to anyone who can face him as well.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone ever wants to set up Village v Pro with either Mitchell Starc or Mark Wood, yeah, thanks, but no.
And then day 2 was a bit more frustrating day for England, as Khawaja and Warner again built like a reasonably solid opening partnership. I think they've done that in their first innings and the second innings. Just did look really solid and looked frustrating to get them out. Khawaja was 47 from 157, so properly blocked his way to that score. And it showed. They eventually got him out, but Broad was trying anything he could. And everyone's seen it, the infamous bail switch, just to get inside the batters' heads a bit, and it did work.
Yeah, I mean, that's amazing. Firstly, hats off to Usman Khawaja. He's been class, and I think he finished his top run scorer in the series. So he's played old school Test cricket and played himself in, played some beautiful, elegant, straight drives, and he's been fantastic to watch. And he's been the antithesis of Bazball, I guess, playing classy, old school Test cricket, and finishes highest run scorer in the series. But yeah, Stuart Broad, we've got to talk about him announcing his retirement. Kind of a shock to both of us, and then to finish with a wicket here. I mean, he's just been magical. He's played 5 consecutive test matches in 6 weeks, and it's just been an outstanding performer throughout the series, an entertainer, and world class to see him finish here with a wicket.
Absolutely, and that bail switch on that second day, we obviously, it's brilliant that it's come straight after it, but Joe Root, what a catch. Like that's catch of the series, I think.
Oh, it was mad. And he reacted so quickly. Yeah. Because in his peripheral vision, he must have seen that Bairstow wasn't going for it. In the reaction time, I'd love to know what that was. Yeah. But you watch it in slow motion, and he still reacts fast. Yeah. Phenomenal catch. And yeah, the switching of the bails, amazing, bonkers, absolutely amazing. Just completely bonkers that he's gone to do that. He said it was a good luck charm that he heard of somewhere. Yeah. And then in the press conference, Steve Smith was like, nah. Mate, I've never heard of it. But it worked. Yeah. It worked. But yeah, I mean, it worked because Joe Root took a stunning catch.
Yeah, and I don't know if you also saw, I don't know, will you be trying that in village cricket? Because have you seen the cricket kid?
Yeah, he tried it
at the weekend and it works.
I wonder, if you're a club cricketer and you've seen that work,
every single weekend,
every ball, I'm definitely going to be trying.
Yeah, 100%, got to be done. Another piece of big controversy was the run out. Sub fielder came on, George Elam, and he was on the ball rapidly, sprinted in, great throw, and it was like, must be one frame in that's just seen Bairstow dislodge the stumps and the bail off, but then an hour later, someone comes back and says, no, it's only broken if both bails have been dislodged. It's just carnage, and I actually feel for the third umpire in that situation to make a decision.
The third umpire in this series has been the busiest man. Unbelievable. I don't envy him at all. He's had so many difficult decisions. Almost every law in the MCC law book has been tested in this series. And then what happened today with Stokes? Throwing the ball up,
Yeah.
and he throws it basically straight. It hits his knee, and he doesn't celebrate because he knows it's not out. But then I just had to laugh because it's another example of just how ridiculous this game is.
How many seconds does it have to be in your hand before it counts as a drop?
It's crazy. Every single moment we've seen it with the Bairstow stumping, with the start catch that wasn't, with that run out there where Bairstow, fraction, a millimetre in it. And then the Stokes moment here. This series has just been full of weird and wonderful moments. And that's partly why we love it. No, we can't take your eyes off it. And that's partly why we love this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Day 3 again, England into bat, and England piled on the runs. Crawley 73, Root 91, and Bairstow 78. And we even got a look at Stokes batting at 3, which was, for me, I found that quite exciting and the potential. What did you think?
Yeah, definitely. I think for the long term, if he's up for it.
Yeah.
Although it has to be said, Ollie Pope is still, is still their favoured number 3. Moeen Ali has said, despite having a pretty good Ashes series, he's definitely calling it a day.
Yeah.
So that number 3 spot, I guess a big few months for Pope, a big tour for him in India to solidify his place at number 3. But he is a gun player. I think he got pretty unlucky in this series. He had an absolute ball of the century from Pat Cummins and Mitchell Starc as well. So he's had a couple of pretty good deliveries there. He hasn't had much luck, and then he gets injured. So he'd look to stake his claim to be number 3. But Stokes, what a leader.
Yeah.
Jumping in number 3, getting big runs.
Yeah, it was amazing. And then moving into day 4, then it all came out about Stuart Broad's retirement. So kind of attention switched slightly to that, I'd say.
Yeah.
Amazing guard of honour in the morning, coming out with Anderson. That's a great photo that was taken from above. We tried to get in the action. It was really lovely to see that, and the respect that the Aussies gave both of them, even though Jimmy didn't quite take it, but Broady especially. It was amazing to see.
Yeah, what a legend. And you were there for that, and we'll overlay a couple of photos that Jack took. Really special moment, right?
Yeah, one of the moments that I was there moment. It was amazing. And just I think respect is the correct word for around the ground. It was kind of not a Broady like cheering. It was just an applause to appreciate what he's done for not just the English cricket, but all cricket and Test cricket. It's amazing. He's a true English legend. We've obviously been privileged enough to film with him and various things and face him. Like it's a bizarre kind of surreal experience to then be there in his final moments on the pitch.
Yeah, and it feels like one of the last Test greats as well. I think there's been a lot been said that I don't think many fast bowlers, if any, will reach 600 Test wickets. So it feels like a real changing of the guard. And he's been a red ball specialist. Granted, he's played a bit of white ball, but really in recent years he's just been playing Test cricket. So I wouldn't just say an English legend. I'd say a Test cricket legend as well.
So yeah, again, like we said earlier, Warner and Khawaja digging in really deep just to kind of frustrate the English, and couldn't take a wicket on that 4th day, which then was washed out really frustratingly. Kind of everyone was anticipating this amazing finish, and we're in England, so you can't expect anything less. But then it did set up today quite nicely, everyone coming in. There was a ball change, which there was quite a lot of chat about, going from quite a soft and rough looking ball to a pretty new looking ball, like from the coverage, and it did hoop this morning.
It did hoop. I must say about those images that everyone put up, it is quite normal for balls to have a shiny side and a rough side. So I think those images might have been a bit incendiary, and as is often the case in Ashes cricket, there wasn't much nuance in the comments. It was Aussies going at English.
Yeah, I think it was more weather focused than the ball swinging. And the English lads bowling probably did try their best to just get something out of it, because it wasn't doing anything.
And the ball has been changed by both teams throughout this series, so I don't think that's a fair criticism of the umpires.
No.
But yeah, it swung, it hooped. And Chris Wokes, I think, had it on a string.
Absolutely. It was amazing to watch. Again, another I was there moment to just appreciate how good he is and how much control he has, I think is the best way to describe his kind of action, is where he places the ball. It's absolutely brilliant.
He always looks in control, Chris Wokes. And I'm so happy for him that he's won man of the series, because he didn't play the first 2. Comes in, wins man of the series, playing 3 Test matches out of 5. Amazing. He's been phenomenal. Like you said, control is the right word. Everything about him is in control. He's calm, he's collected with the bat and the ball, and he's just an outstanding performer. And I wonder, with Stuart Broad retiring, whether Chris Wokes steps into that
replacement, couldn't he?
Exactly.
So yeah, a couple of breakthroughs for England, and then again the rain, the covers come on. I don't know what time it was. Must have been about 1 o'clock for at least 2 hours. We played some concourse cricket, which was fun, but in everyone's minds was, are we going to get back on to see a result? Because no one wanted to see a draw at the end of the day. Thankfully we did, and as English fans it was brilliant to see. what actually just happened.
Exactly. It was almost felt like what we missed out on at Old Trafford, we got here.
Yeah.
And yeah, this series has just been full of ebbs and flows. And I'm really glad we went out and played concourse cricket and there were loads of fans, because I did see a few people leaving and I definitely think they'll be regretting it now. But the majority of people stayed, and the atmosphere in here after the rain, everyone had had a chance to stretch their legs, get their beers, get their food. And it's not often you see a test match sell out, you know, apart from in the UK, let alone day 5. And this place was absolutely rocking.
It was brilliant. We both kind of said to each other, let's position ourselves in different areas so we both get different perspectives. So I was right down the front trying to make sure we got the moments coming off. Toby was up in this crowd getting the shots of everyone erupting. So it was a brilliant way to end the series for us as well, capturing those final moments.
It was awesome, and I was in the crowd with one of my best friends, one of my oldest mates. And you speak about I was there moments. This series has been full of those.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the times people remember where they were, but also who they were with.
Yeah.
So we'd love to know what your memories have been of this series, what your favourite moments have been, and perhaps who you shared those memories with. So thanks for watching Ashes Weekly from the Kia Oval. We've had an amazing time covering this test match and the series. We'll see you in our next video.
Thank you again to IG for helping us produce this Ashes Weekly show. We've absolutely loved having a go in the Net Gains arena that's been at all of the Ashes venues during this series.
Yep, and thanks to all of your runs scored in the IG Net Gains arena. They've actually raised over £200,000 for the IG Net Gains Fund.
So make sure you keep on IG's social media to find out more about the IG Net Gains Fund.